Hello everyone. In this class, let us solve some problems on finding out the centroid of complex areas. Now, let us consider problem number 4. Locate the centroid of plane area as shown in the figure with respect to the reference axis, which is nothing but the given axis. Right? This is a given problem, and this will be given in the exam as well. Okay. Um, Other than this, nothing will be given. So you need to proceed with that. We know that the formula for finding the center of the given complex area, that is nothing but x bar and y bar, is given by a1 into x1 plus a2 into x2 plus a3 into x3 plus so on. There may be n number of areas, and then y bar is equal to a1 plus a1 into y1 plus a2 into y2 plus a3 into y3 plus so on divided by capital area, I mean the total area. So this is the formula. So depending upon the number of areas which are there, number of elemental areas which will be there in the given complex area, you should choose the number of terms, right? Now, in this case, uh, first let us identify the elemental areas. Okay, so this complex area is comprised of one semicircle, one rectangle, and one triangle. So which is clearly divided. So let us call this rectangle as A1, area as A1, and this semicircle as A2, and this right angle triangle as A3. Okay. Now, since the given reference axis is here, you cannot actually assume any reference axis. With reference to that, you need to find out the centroid. Now, after assuming the or considering the areas, now it's time to locate the centroid of individual elemental areas, and then you should find out the distances of those centroids with respect to the reference axis, which are nothing but x1, x2, x3, y1, y2, y3, and all. Now, since here there are only three areas, you can only retain three terms in each case, as you can see here in this. Okay. Now, let us consider the centroid of this rectangle as G1, centroid of, and we know that the centroid of a semicircle will lie on the axis of symmetry of that semicircle. Let that G2 be the centroid of that semicircle. And this right angle triangle, we know that always it will be on uh, the 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 higher, I mean base side of the triangle. So the centroid will lie over here. Let this be G3. Right. Next. So we need to then locate the distances of these centroids, okay, from the reference axis, and also you should find areas. Now let us first find out the areas of these three elemental area. Okay, A1 is equal to, what is the area of this rectangle, which is given by area A is equal to 50 into, because the rectangle dimensions are 50 and 80. 50 into 80 is the area of this rectangle, so which is equal to 5 8 4000. So therefore 5 8 4000 mm square. You can calculate and tell me. Okay, next, A2, area of I mean the semicircle, is given by pi into r square, that is pi r square by 2. Okay, and what is the radius of this triangle, I mean the semicircle, which is given by, you can see here, since this entire 50 forms the diameter, therefore the radius will be equal to 50 by 2. So therefore pi into 25 square, 50 by 2, which is equal to 25 square divided by 2. So this is the value, or this is the area. And next, A3 is equal to, A3 is equal to pi into, sorry, area A3 is nothing but a triangle. So the area of the triangle is given by half into base into height. Half into base is this width, which is equal to 80 mm, and the height of the triangle is equal to 30 mm. So which is equal to, you can calculate, so that I will do it later. Now, so you can just open calculator and you can do that. Okay, so you can have it the side at the center side here. So pi, you can consider it as yeah, it will be there, pi into 25 into 25, okay, divided by 2, which is equal to 981.74. Okay, 981.74, 981.74 mm square, because it is in mm. Next, half into 80, 40, 40 into 30, 1200. So area of that is equal to 1200 mm square, right? Next, so after finding out uh, the area values, now we need to find out the distances of centroid from the given reference axis. Now let us first find out the x bar values. Okay, now so distance of g1 from the y axis, okay, can be called as x1. That x1 is equal to how much? X1 is equal to this, which is nothing but the rectangle dimension divided by 2, that's 80 by 2. So 80 divided by 2, which is equal to 40 mm. Next, x2 value. X2 is nothing but distance of G2 from y axis. This is x2, and that's equal to 4r by 3 pi, and since it is lying on the negative side of the x-axis, it will be negative, negative minus 4 into r divided by 3 pi. Okay, 3 pi, and 4, okay, r is 25 divided by 3 into pi. Okay, so let us calculate the value. So 4 into r is 25 divided by 3 divided by pi, okay, which is equal to 10.6. okay, and that too it is negative, minus 10.6 mm. Next, x3 is nothing but distance of g3 from y axis. Okay, and we have derived the distance of centroid of a triangle from the base as 1/3. So from the apex it is equal to 2/3 of the base width here, because now 2/3 of 80. Okay, therefore 2 by 3 into 80, how much will be that? So 2 into 160 by 3, so you can just calculate that. 160 divided by 3 is equal to 53.33 mm, right? Next, now let us find out the values of y bar values. Okay, so to find out the y bar values, so y bar values, now here we know that the centroid G1 lies at a distance of this much from the x-axis, which will be taken as y1, and it is half of this 50. Therefore, y1 is equal to 50 divided by 2, which is equal to 25. Next, y2 is equal to distance of G2 from the x-axis. Okay, and it is also lying at the same distance from the x-axis, which is equal to 25 mm, which is because here, because from distance from here to here is nothing but the radius. Okay, radius is equal to 50 by 2, 25. Next, y3, distance of G3 from the x-axis. Okay, from here to this location. This is called y3. So y3 is equal to 50 plus this distance, and we know that this distance is equal to uh, one third of this 30, right? One third or 30 by 3, because this is the base, right? Therefore, y3 will be equal to 50 plus 30 by 3. So y3 is equal to 50 plus 30 divided by 3, which is equal to 60 mm. Okay. So having these area values, x values and y values, next thing is nothing actually, nothing but the substitution of all these things in the formula to get the centroid. Okay. So therefore, x bar is equal to, let me just take a little different color. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So x bar is equal to a1 x1 plus a2 x2, right, plus a3 into x3 divided by total area A. Okay, and here total area A is given by total area is equal to 4000 plus 1200, 5200 plus 981, it will be equal to 6181.74 mm square. Okay, let us have these value here, and whenever necessary we can substitute. Therefore, now you can write down all the values. So area A1 is 4000, 4000 into x1. X1 is 40 mm. Okay. Next, plus area A2 is 981.74 into x2 is negative, okay, minus 10.6 mm, then plus 1200, that's nothing but a3 into x3, which is equal to 53.33, 53.33, that divided by area A, and the total area A is given by 6181.74. Okay, so the value of x bar, you will get it equal to, x bar is equal to, let us calculate that value. Okay, so uh, so 4000 into 40 plus 981.74, okay, into, you can just open the bracket, into minus 10.6, close the bracket, plus 1200 into 53.33 is equal to that much divided by 6181.74, which comes equal to 34.55. Okay, so 34.55 is the mm is the value of x bar. That's nothing but the total centroid lies at a distance of one third, I mean 734.55 from the x-axis. Similarly, now let us calculate y bar. Y bar is equal to 4000 a1 into y1, 4000 into the value of y1 here is 25 mm. Therefore, 4000 into 25 plus 981.74 into a2, I mean y2, which is equal to, also equal to 25, plus A3 is 1200 into the value of Y3 is equal to 60 mm, right? So that divided by 6181.74, right? Now let us just think, same thing we will do it. So 4000 into 25 plus 981.74 plus, I mean, okay, I just changed. Plus, it's not plus, into, let me just clear it. Okay. So 4,000 into 25. Clear everything. So 4,000 into 25 plus 981.74 into 25 plus 1,200 into 60, okay, is equal to divided by 6181.74, which is equal to 31.74. Okay, so y bar is equal to 31.74 mm. So what do you mean by this x bar and y bar? So after you find out the value of x bar and y bar, you should actually represent this x bar and y bar in the given figure. Okay, so if the given figure is actually like this. Yeah, there is one semicircle. Okay, and you have a sorry, this is given figure, rectangle you have, and yeah, so this is the given figure, and the reference axis is here, from here. Okay, right? So this is how the given figure is. So the total centroid, the entire centroid will be let it be g. So that value is, that is nothing but x bar is equal to 34.55. Okay, and same, the g from x-axis is given by 31.74 mm. Okay, after you calculate the value, you should also show this figure with these values. Okay, then only the given problem is complete. Okay, you need to draw neat sketch. Okay, not just like this. You have to use scale pencil to draw the sketches. Okay, that completes problem number 4. Now let's take up one more problem. Okay, this is another problem. Okay, where you will see, yeah, as usual, we'll just continue with uh, you know, the given identifying the areas. Okay, and so on. So let us divide the, this is a given complex area, and you can see, we can identify clearly that it is made up of one quarter circle, one rectangle, one triangle. Okay, so in this case now, as usual, because this is made up of three areas, the center of a rectangle, I mean center of this the complex area can be obtained by x bar is equal to a1 x1 plus a2 x2 plus a3 x3 divided by total area A, and y bar is obtained by, you know, a1 y1 plus a2 y2 plus a3 y3, right? Now, so we need to calculate, okay, that divided by a, so we need to calculate these areas, and y1 y2 y3 x1 x2 y3. Now let's first find out the area. Okay, so now before finding out the area, so first of all we need to divide this given area into three elemental areas. So we'll start from here. Let this be a1. Okay, and let this area be a2, and this be quarter circle be a3, and all are positive areas. Okay, now uh, so these areas can be calculated by, so let us find out calculation of areas. So areas, a1 is equal to, what is that? A1 is equal to, it's nothing but base into half into base into height. Half into base is, what is that base? Base is equal to r. You may be thinking that oh, they have not given the dimension for this. Okay, but actually indirectly it will be given for the quarter circle. The radius is given. The same thing is applicable for this triangle as well. So base is 5 and the height is 4. Therefore 5 for the 20, 20 by 2, 10 square centimeter or centimeter square. Next, A2. So A2 is a rectangle. Okay, so the dimensions are 8 and 4, I mean 5. So 5 into 8 is the area. 5 8 is 40 centimeter square. Next, A3 is equal to, it's a quarter circle. So it is given by 1/4 of pi r square, or pi r square divided by 4 is the quarter circle area. So pi, that value can be given by, so we know pi into r is how much? 5. So 5 square divided by 4. So 5 square 25. 25 by 4 into 5. So let's calculate that value. Pi, okay, let me just clear this. So pi into r, that's 25, 5 square 25 divided by 4, which is equal to 19.63, right? 19.63 centimeter square, right? So these are the area values. Now let us calculate x values and y values. Okay, first let us obtain x values, right? Let me just take some different color. Yeah. Okay, so x bar values. So x1, if you consider x1, so this is a1. So the centroid g1 will be lying over here. So distance of this g1 from y-axis is called as x1. And you can notice here that all centroidal distances in the x direction are lying on the negative side. So all will have negatives. Minus, this is equal to, because it is from the base, it is 1/3 of, and along that dimension is 5. Okay, 1/3 of 5, which is equal to 2 point, or 1 point, you can just, so 1.6667, okay, centimeter negative, right? Next, x2 is equal to, that will also be negative, and which will be exactly half of 5. Okay, because this is g2, and which is the distance of which is negative minus 5 divided by 2, which is equal to minus 2.5. Next, x3 is equal to, we know that from the diametric axis, okay, it is equal to 4r by 3 pi, since it is g3. So this is equal to 4r by 3 pi. So nothing but x3. Okay, therefore x3 is equal to minus 4 into r by 3 pi, 4r by 3 pi. So the value of r is 4 into r is 5 divided by 3 into pi. So 4 5 is 20, 20 by 3 pi. You can just calculate. So 20 divided by 3 divided by pi, which is equal to 2.122. So which is equal to minus 2.122 I mean centimeter. Okay. Now y bar values. Y bar values. So here G1 lies below the y-axis. I mean in the negative side of the y-axis, so it will be negative, and it is equal to 1/3, because from the base this acts like a base. So 1/3 of 4, right? So therefore y1 is equal to 4 by 3, and it is negative. Okay, minus 1.33. 333, you will get it. Okay, centimeter. Next, y2 is equal to distance of g2 from the x-axis, which is equal to 8 by 2. Okay, 8 divided by 2, and that comes equal to 4. Okay, 4 centimeters. Next, y3 is equal to distance of g3 from the x-axis, right, and which is equal to 8 plus 4r by 3 pi. 8 plus which is actually that's nothing but y3, which is equal to 8 plus 4 into what is r here, 5. 4 4r by 3 pi, and which is equal to same thing here, 2.2122. So if you add that, it will become 10.122 centimeters, right? So with these values of x and y and area, okay, you can just find out x bar and y bar. So one more thing here is we have to find out the total area A. So total area A is equal to 10 plus 40, 50, and plus 19. So 69.63 centimeter square is the total area. Okay. Now let us just substitute these values in the above equations to get x bar and y bar, right? Okay. Now let us consider x bar. Calculate the x bar value first. X bar is equal to, so A1 is 10. A1 into x1 is minus 1.667, next plus A2 40 into x2 minus 2.5, plus A3 is 19.63 into the distance x3 is minus 2.122, right? So that whole divided by total area A, which is equal to 69.63 centimeter square. Okay, and let us have a calculator and calculate the value. Okay, now so everything is negative. What I'll do is I'll just take the negative sign outside, so it will become negative. So don't need to mess up with the negative sign. 10 into 1.667 plus 40 into 2.5 plus 19.63 into 2.2122 is equal to that divided by 69.63, which is equal to 2.299, and that can be written as 2.3. Therefore, x bar is equal to 2.3 centimeter. Okay, whether it is right or wrong, we'll have to check it out. Let us see afterwards. We'll have to judge. Okay. Next, y bar is equal to, y bar value is equal to A1 10 into actually this is negative. Okay, just because I've taken all the negatives outside, so it is negative. So A1 into y1 is minus 1.333 plus A2 is 40 into y2 is 4 plus A3 is 19.63 into y3 is 10.222122. So just calculate the value of that, and which is, and total divided by 69.63. So let us have a calculator. So 10 into, here we need to consider negative sign. Okay, 10 into, open the bracket, minus so 10 into, open the bracket, minus, okay, no problem, minus 1.333, close the bracket, into, plus 40 into 4 plus 19.63 into 10.122. Okay, that divided by 69.63, right? 4.90, almost it is 5 centimeters. Okay, so y bar is equal to, it's a plus. Okay, 4.96 centimeters. right? So this is how we need to calculate x bar and y bar. This is y bar, right? Y bar value. Now let us see whether the values whatever you got, whether they may be, they may be correct or they may be wrong, but you should be able to judge whether they are right or wrong. Okay, so you should have some common sense. Now you can see the value of x bar is 2.33. You can see here, then this figure. So you don't just forget about this reference axis. If you see this figure, the total area on the right hand side is little more than the area. Okay, if you just divide, if you consider some partition between them, and the right hand side area is more than the left hand side area, therefore the centroid will be lying nearest to the more area, so it will be nearest to this. And we know that this is 5, total length is 5, 5 by 2 is 2.5, therefore approximately this is correct because it is nearest to the total area, that means it is less than 2.5, that is correct. Okay, next, whether this is right or wrong. And if you see here, almost like, this side area is balancing this side area, almost it will be half of this. So 4 plus 8 plus 3, sorry, 4 plus 8 plus 5, okay, that divided by 2. Okay, 4 plus 8 means 12, 12 plus 17, 17 by 2, around 8.5. Okay, 8.5 is from here, whereas what it is from here to here, minus 4, so almost 4.5. Okay, so 8.5 is from here to here. Okay, minus 4, if you do, you will get this much distance. That is what is called as y bar, right? So, and therefore 8.5 minus 4, which is nothing but 4.5 approximately, I am telling, so which is almost same. Okay, 4.9 is this is also correct. Okay, so this is how you should have a common sense when you are judging the answer whether it is right or wrong. Okay, when you are solving the problem in the exam as well. Okay, that completes problem number 5.